Hi guys, I'm Ivan from the upper room for all the fun of the 80s and the 90s. And today we're going to scan. Welcome to the upper room. So for today I have two scanners to try out. A pretty old one, Genius Scan, and a bit more recent scanner from Premax. A bit more recent, but not that recent. It's still pretty old. So let's have a look what's in the box of this Geniscan GS4500. Looking at the specs, we see it has 400 dpi scanning and 32 grayscales. So it's not a color scanner but a grayscale scanner. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So let's look at this. What a nice box. In one side, oh, it's falling down. In the meantime, we have two boxes, but we find manuals, installation and software manuals, and the installation floppy disks. We will try that out later. We'll have a look first. So here we find a controller card. Look at that. There was no USB port, so a lot of devices needed their own controller card. And here we have the scanner itself. The hand scanner, everybody remembers that shape, so hopefully we get it working later on. You see some knobs, settings. It probably has to do with the resolution and light and dark settings. Let's turn it up, light and dark. Well, it's not getting dark here when I turn it to the dark side. Maybe it's broken already. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to check that in the manual. Like always, read the manual to check out what that means. It's really old school, look at that. These days you might think it's a shaving machine. Alright, cut the crap. Let's go on with the second box, the Premax Color Mobile. I had it myself, and I saw it on a second-hand site. Oh, well, that's all in German. Wow, yeah. It's a parallel color scanner with a motor. It's a true color scanner with two bonus programs in it, in the box. So let's have a look in the box. Excuse me for my German. So there's another box in the box. Alright. Two boxes. 2 Dosen, yeah. So let's check out this box. What do we find here? The discs with the software and train drivers. Programs. And we have a calibration card with white, black and grayscale colors, grayscales, manual, an example picture to scan with nice colors, nice Farben. You can scan it in two parts, and the software stitches it together. Okay, to make one big picture of it. With that one you might scan it in one time, but it's not in color then. Okay, what's next? The scanner itself. Look at that. It's a parallel port, and it's not used very often. It looks pretty new. Let's get rid of this. Bye bye. A start stop. And in the back, that small part with two little wheels, it's a small motor. Don't touch it before it's broken. So that thing can drive on its own. You can take it off to scan manually, but you can make it scan a photograph by itself. Oh goddamn. Alright. So, two scanners. Let's try them out on two computers. So let's try the Genie scan first and check the manual for the system settings, system requirements. We need an IBM PC XT or AT or PS2 with a CGA, EGA or VGA video display. So I got my beautiful IBM 286 XT. It has a VGA card in it, so I think is the perfect match to try out this scanner. So first of all, we install the controller card in an ESA slot. So it's time to install the software on floppy disks, the ScanEdit tool. Before we do the installation, I will make a disk image of the floppy, just in case the floppy gets corrupt. I can recreate it with that image. I use image disk 118 and it makes an image of the floppy on hard disk, so I can keep it for later purposes. So then we start the installation process, which basically copies all the files of the floppy to a subfolder on the hard drive. Let's check the manual first, and there we see the configuration buttons, the start button, the brightness control wheel, and on the other side it's the resolution setting. So the start button, in the middle the photo and letter settings, and then the control wheel for light and dark. So the 1 to 4 setting on the other side of the scanner is the resolution settings. Let's check out the software now. I got a beautiful boxed game, Atari 2600 game, and let's try to scan it. It's pretty dark, as you can see, but it's recognizable. It was the magic thing in old days when we saw that same image appearing on the screen, even in black and white. So let's try a few more grayscales and a lighter setting. Okay, let's scan that again. So as you can see, it's not really better. There's some kind of pattern in it. It's a bit lighter, but the quality is not better. So you have to play around with the settings to find the best results. So let's try electronic scheme now. It's from IBM monitor. It is recognizable, but the quality is not very good. There are a lot of black dots in it, so we have to play around with the settings. So this is already a lot better. You recognize that it is indeed an electronic scheme. It's not bad, it's recognizable. We scanned at a pretty low resolution, and let's try 300 dpi now to be able to see all the details. So at the next scan it looks like it is zoomed in because of the higher resolution, and now you can recognize resistors, capacitors, transistors, an IC, and so on. Beautiful. Not bad at all. Alright, for the next scanner, the Primex Color Mobile Direct. So it is about 1995, and I have a Toshiba Satellite 4200 with a Celeron processor, and there is a Windows 95 on it. So I'm installing the Twain driver. That's the driver that connects the scanner with all kinds of software, so using the parallel ports. Right, we have to calibrate it during the installation process. The Scan Me first, it's waiting for it, and we press the Start Stop button, and it's rolling over the calibration sheet by itself. How nice is that? The finishing touch is a software package to scan and image processing, so let's install that. It's all in German, as you can see. Okay, we see the settings configuration screen. It's automatic, means it will drive by itself. Of course, we read centimeters. You set the length of the picture you want to scan, 10 centimeters, and we see 100 dpi in true color. We press the scan button, and the software is waiting until we push the Start Stop button of the scanner, and then it starts rolling over the picture, and at the same time we see the picture appearing in very beautiful colors. The quality is not very good. It's terrible actually. So now we can transfer the scanned image to the image software, and here we can process it further on. Okay, let's try to scan a picture in two parts. So we do the left scanning part first. Okay, we're trying that on the IBM electronic schema in 100 dpi, the black and white settings for the best results. So that's doing the left side. When that's finished, we push the Scan Right button, and we scan the right side of the sheet. There must be some overlap so that the software recognizes enough to stitch the two parts together. Also, here it is stitched together. We have to zoom in a bit. Let's transfer it to the image processing software, but 100 dpi is not enough. It's not really readable when you zoom in. You see all those big blocks. So let's try that again on 300 dpi. And let's just try a scan to show it. That looks a lot better, a lot more detail. It's scanning a bit slower, it's processing much more data, but the end result is a lot better. It's very usable. Alright, I have time for some serious stuff now. We've been playing around, and let's make some real stuff now. So, the colors were not good before with that image I scanned, but my settings were not good either, so it's now in true colors, so that will be a lot better. Okay, F-Touch. So I have this nice ET videotape, and I thought it would be nice to make a scan of that cover. I imagine that when I was young and had that videotape, it would have been cool to scan that cover and have it on the computer to show it to my friends. Okay, so we connect the scanner with the software, and let's check out the settings. You can follow everything I do on this external screen. So 200 dpi, we will need about 20 centimeters and we will scan in true color. I will scan by hand, not automatic, because the motor setting is a good solution when the surface is perfectly flat. But if it's not, it's easier to scan by hand, so let's get rid of that motor. Okay, so let's start scanning now. Press the start stop button and you see that kind of progress bar, but it's not a progress bar. You have to keep that in the green. If you scan too fast, it becomes yellow or even red, and then the program is not able to process all the data. So look at that, what a nice picture coming on the screen. We have seen that movie all maybe 10 times, but the strange thing is when you watch it with your children today, they don't find it as interesting as we did. Okay, we're almost done here. It's not that easy to keep it straight, but the result is nice. Transfer to the image processing software. Nice. Beautiful. We have the full color, the 32-bit colors. Let's zoom out a little bit to see the whole scan. There it is. That's cool. Niet te donker, niet te licht. Ik zal het origineel tonen. You can compare it with the original. So it's a very good scan. It's even better than the original. So far so good. Let's put it over here. So, and for now I have this beautiful NASA calendar with a beautiful picture of the space shuttle carrier, and I would like to scan this one. So we will keep it on 20 centimeters true color, and let's scan it in one time by hand. Something like that. Okay, there we go. Start. Whoa! Look at that. Nice. The quality is pretty good. Nice colors. Not too fast. I hit the red sometimes. So at the moment we see his nose, the nose of the plane. We stop. Okay, we stop here. Okay, and let's check out. Okay. I cleaned that. I cleaned it, the little screen there where the light is coming through, to avoid all those vertical lines on the scans. So that was what I was saying, and not translating simultaneously, but now you know what I said. Okay, the result is pretty good. We have to rotate this. I have to find the German word for rotating. It's rotieren. Nach links 90 graden. Voilà. Beautiful. Nu ga ik nogal kunnen stoeven bij mijn klasgenoten. Maar wat voor een chique foto dat ik heb. What a very nice picture. I will use it as a background on this computer. So we are going to speicher it, save it in as a bitmap. Speichern. I already have a shuttle picture on the disk, so we call it shuttle 2. Nail it. Okay, By the way, I told you before this is a Windows 95 machine, but that's not true, I was lying. It's actually 98. So let's change the settings, the desktop settings, and look for the scanned image we have. There we go. Beautiful. Very, very beautiful. All my friends will be jealous now. So, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful, nice, beautiful. Awful! No, beautiful. So, it's the end of my movie. I hope you had fun watching it. So, if you're still watching now, it means you were a little bit interested. So, follow my channel, like my video, and see you next time. Bye bye. That would be a nice one too.